want to discover the flame that hides within you? Do you want to take a journey to discover your authentic self? I am Maria Felachidou, systemic consultant and color psychodynamics practitioner. Together, we will explore ways to discover your inner flame. Welcome to another episode of Inner Flame, the podcast that helps you reconnect with your inner strength, embrace your authenticity, and live the life you were born to live. Today we're talking about something that touches every single one of us. How to love yourself just as you are. Not as who you wish you were, not as who you think you should be, but as who you are right now. Because this is the very first and most truthful step toward authenticity. And to illuminate this journey, we'll bring to light a powerful yet often unlooked myth. The myth of the goddess Hestia and the invisible strength that lives at the core of our existence. Authenticity is not something you acquire. It's something you remember. We are born with a clear, living frame inside us. As we grow up, we learn to wear masks, to hide part of ourselves, to try to fit in, to be accepted. At some point, we begin to believe that we are not enough. And this is where self-devaluation begins. You downplay your worth, you minimize your abilities, you're afraid to be seen, you constantly compare yourself to others, you seek validation outside instead of within. Low self-esteem is not a personality trait, it's a wound. And its healing is not about becoming a better version of yourself, it's about becoming your true version. Now let's take a look at the myth of Hestia. Hestia was the goddess of the hearth and the protector of domestic life. Daughter of Cronus and Rhea, and sister of Zeus, she was deeply loved among the Olympians for her gentle and peaceful nature. Kind, compassionate, and forgiving, she avoided conflict. Hestia taught people how to build their homes, and in her honor, they placed a small altar, the hearth, at the center of every household. She was the goddess of the sacred fire, the heart of every home and every city. She kept the flame burning so its warmth could bring peace, harmony, and spiritual connection to human life. She was the flame that united, that warmed, that protected, and yet Hestia carried a deep pattern of invisibility. Unlike the other gods, no epics were written about her. She had no dramatic victories, no scandals, no great conquests. No one spoke about her very much. No one praised her. No one longed for her presence the way they did for the other gods. And even though she sat among the gods on Olympus, she felt less important. One moment of the myth, Zeus asks her, "Why do you never take the place that belongs to you?" And Hestia answers, "Because I don't do anything great. Zeus then replies, "No one is greater than the one who keeps the flame alive." This is the core of self-worth, to recognize your value even when it isn't visible to others. Hestia realized that her gift was not to impress with brilliance, but to keep the flame alive, to help it burn eternally, quietly, steadily, unceasingly. And so, she became the archetype of inner wholeness, self-worth, and the eternal flame that warms the world. When you get used to being the quiet strength, you start believing you have no strength at all. When you're used to giving to everyone else, you begin to believe you don't deserve to receive. When you're used to being discreet, you think you have no voice. When you're used to keeping everyone warm, you believe you're not important. Low self-esteem is not the truth. It's a habit. And self-devaluation is not reality. It's a pair of glasses we've been wearing for a very long time. Here is where you make this personal. What is your Hestia? Every person has a core, a place within where worth resides, calmness lives, stability exists, personal truth is held. In color psychodynamics, the energy of self-worth and authenticity is reflected in the colors we are born with. Red, the flame of initiative, innovation, and constant movement. Orange, the flame of joy, pleasure, and abundance. Yellow, the flame of focus, structure, and clarity. Green, the flame of harmony and connection with nature. Blue, the flame of communication, expression, and deep listening. Indigo, the flame of the mystical, the bridge between the visible and the invisible. Violet, the flame of inspiration, grace, elegance, and greatness. Rose, the flame of love, care, and togetherness. Gold, the flame of wisdom, inner balance, and conscious awareness. I have prepared 3 little practices to help you support your path towards self-love. The first practice, I call it the mirror of worth. Take a look at yourself in the mirror for 30 seconds. Don't focus on your face or your body or whatever you think is flawed. No. Look at yourself as a whole, as a human being, and ask yourself, what am I worth? Don't answer with achievements. Answer with your soul. Let your soul answer. Let an answer spring out of you. Maybe from the center of your heart, or your belly, or your solar plexus. Let it emerge on its own, but certainly not from your head. Don't let your mind, your brain answer. This one is a long-term practice. I suggest you keep doing it as often as possible. Notice what arises each time and how the answer changes and what shifts inside you every time. And of course, it is helpful to write down your reflections in your inner flame journal so that you can keep track of this change, of this evolution in the answer. The second practice, I call it the gift of Hestia. So every morning, after you wake up, place your hand at the center of your chest, on your heart, and say to yourself, my worth is here, not out there. And stay with this feeling, this sensation, with this phrase, my worth is in here. The third practice, I call it unleashing the shoulds. I know it doesn't sound it sounds weird, but bear with me. Write down in small pieces of paper everything you do because you think you should be a certain way. Everything you do to support the roles you have taken on in life. Each one, each task, everything you do on a separate piece of paper. After you've written them down, divide them into two piles. The one pile will consist of the ones belonging to you, and the other pile of everything that doesn't belong to you. Now, put down on the ground, on a table, the ones that don't belong to you, and hold close to you only what the pile that does, of the papers that you have written what does belong to you. How does that feel? What do you notice inside when you do that? As always, you can write what you felt, what you realized in this practice as well in your inner flame journal. And I suggest you repeat all three of these practices quite often, as many times as you want to, and writing them down and observing what changes from time to time. Every time you do it, what changes? What is different? What new emerges? Authenticity is not about trying to become someone else. It's about remembering who you are without fear, without masks, without comparison. Hestia teaches us that power doesn't always shine. It doesn't need to prove itself. Often it is quiet, steady, and even invisible to others. Sometimes only understood when it's no longer there. Yet it remains irreplaceable. Thank you very much for sharing this journey with me. And if you feel someone you know needs to take this journey too, please share this episode with them. Until next time, remember, there is a flame within you that never went out. It is simply waiting for you to rediscover it. You've been listening to the Inner Flame podcast with systemic consultant and color psychodynamics practitioner Maria Felachidou. Search for this podcast on Spotify and follow Inner Flame on Instagram and Facebook.